Hello? Oh, how do you use this thing? Oh, oh, my back! The War with Grandpa is a new comedy movie released on October 9th, 2020. It is directed by Who Really Cares? But it does star Robert De Niro, who you may know from Dirty Grandpa, Las Vegas, and Little Fockers. This movie also stars Uma Thurman, Rob Riggle, Christopher Walken, Cheech Marin, for some reason. No one really knows why he was in this or why he's in anything. And then it stars a bunch of little kids who I will not look up the names of because I despised them. There is one kid in particular who is the bully who just says, "Oops, that happened," like 4 times in the movie, and I hated him so much I never want to see him act again. The premise of this movie is basically that De Niro's character is getting old and senile and cannot figure out how to use technology. So he gets in trouble at the grocery store because he cannot use the self-checkout lanes. And then he has to move in with his daughter's family. His daughter is played by Uma Thurman, and then her husband is Rob Riggle. And they have a kid who is his grandson. He takes over his room. The kid has to move to the attic, and the kid is pissed. So they go to war with each other, and the war basically just involves stupid little pranks like waking each other up in the night, or super gluing something together, or just doing dumb, stupid little things to each other. There is one scene that involves them all going to Sky Zone to play dodgeball against each other. I guess that's the climax of their war. It's just 4 olds against 4 of the little kids, which is his grandkid and 3 of his friends. And I'm 90% sure I fell asleep during this part because I don't remember anything about it. I know it happened because I saw it in a trailer, and I remember them getting to Sky Zone, but then I don't remember anything after that. I will say I love Sky Zone and I miss going there. It's kind of weird to go by yourself, but I do miss playing dodgeball against little kids, so I do see the appeal in that. My basic thoughts on this movie is that it's not very funny and it's very childish. All the pranks, all the jokes, they're just things that it almost feels like a little kid wrote this movie. It's definitely made for kids, like maybe 12 to 13-year-olds, because once you get to 14 and you're in high school, you're not going to find this funny. But then the other end of the spectrum, I do think this is a maybe very funny movie for old people, because that's what most of the crowd was when I saw this, and I think people just seeing De Niro on the screen makes them want to go see him do normal things and not be a great actor anymore, because it's not a very good movie. I have seen a lot of terrible comedies in my days, and usually in those I laugh maybe once or twice because there's just something so dumb you just can't help but laugh at it. But everything in this is just, it's not well done to the point where I wanted to even laugh or smile. I was more annoyed with the fact that people were talking during this movie because there were a lot of old people that just kept jibber jabbering because they can't hear anything, so they think they're talking really quiet, but they're talking really loud. And I did hear someone laugh the loudest ever in a movie I've ever been to. Some lady was cackling at a part where Uma Thurman is being not attacked by a snake, but there is a snake in Uma Thurman. And I don't get what was so funny about it. Nothing's funny about this. Like, not in the slightest. And all the characters are annoying. Like I said, the kids are super annoying. The main kid I hated because this movie shouldn't exist. This kid gets kicked out of his room to go live in the attic, which is maybe the biggest room in the house. And he has so much space to have all of his stuff instead of the tiny little room he got kicked out of. Just super annoying. I'm kind of going to break down the acting in this movie because there are 4 really good actors to great actors, like with De Niro, who just kind of stoops really low to play an old man who is just kind of dumb and doesn't know how to use technology. And it's kind of sad to see him go to this level because he's been in such great movies like Taxi Driver and Heat, and then The Godfather Part 2, and then now he's just doing movies like this, and I hate seeing him do it like this. Uma Thurman, who I have not seen in a long time, it's cool to see her in this, but she just plays a suburban housewife who, she's just like kind of wasted. Her and Rob Riggle, who is also, he should be really funny. They're both just wasted. He's kind of used as a punchline. She's just kind of used as the mom who doesn't do much when she should be in like really well-directed dramas from like someone like Michael Mann or going back to the Tarantino days. And then Christopher Walken's the 4th really good to great actor that is in this. He's in it for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, but the first line that you hear from him is something along the lines of like, wow, that's so groovy, man, that's cool. And he really knows how to use the technology. He's trying to act like a younger kid, and I don't understand why, because I don't know if it was just trying to get him and De Niro to play off each other, but he's not in the movie enough for it to make any sense. Overall, it's just a stupid comedy that is not funny at all, or at least it wasn't to me. Hey, maybe you'll like it, maybe you'll love it, maybe you'll laugh like all the old ladies were laughing at the screening I went to. But for me, it was a big waste of time. I wouldn't even take your kids. There's probably some animated movie you could take them to. Yeah, didn't like it, did not like it at all. I'm going to give this the rating of the popcorn that falls in between your seats. Like, I dropped a lot of popcorn during this because I could not concentrate on anything because I was just so overwhelmed with how dumb. That's what I'll give this movie. It's dumb. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoyed my other reviews, and if you haven't seen them, please check them out. Please make sure to subscribe, like this video, share, comment what you thought, and I will see you all at the next movie.